Greetings, my dear children. Today we are going to discuss the third geography lesson, major types of agricultural land utilization in the world. People have been engaged in agriculture to produce food since the ancient times. Utilizing the land for cultivation is known as agricultural land utilization. Various characteristics are seen in agricultural land utilization. The main feature is the use of land for subsistence agriculture and commercial agriculture. Although various changes have taken place in agriculture over a long period of time, its value has not reduced. So let's see why agriculture is important. Providing food for people, either producing crops, animal products and beverages to satisfy the needs of people. Supplying necessary raw material for the developing industrial sector. Majority of the world population being engaged in agricultural activities. The importance acquired by agro-products in world trade. Dear children, let's look at several agricultural crops. Paddy cultivation. Paddy is the crop that provides rice, the main food of the majority of people living in Asian countries. A special characteristic of Asian paddy cultivating regions is that the production is consumed within the region itself. Regions engage in paddy cultivation. Two main paddy cultivating regions can be identified in the world as paddy cultivating regions in Asia and paddy cultivating regions outside Asia. Asian countries are Thailand, China, India, Indonesia, Japan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Myanmar and Sri Lanka. In addition to Asian countries, there are certain regions engaged in paddy cultivation outside Asia. The Po River Valley in Italy, the Nile Delta in Africa, the Mississippi Valley and the Sacramento Valley in North America, the Murray-Darling Valley in Australia and Madagascar are some of them. Following map shows the main paddy cultivating regions in the world. There we can see all the Asian countries as well as countries outside Asia. Let's see what are the favorable physical factors needed for paddy cultivation. Temperature of about 27 Celsius, rainfall around 2000 millimeters, alluvial soil and flat lowlands are the favorable physical factors. My dear children, let's look at what are the special characteristics of paddy cultivation. Cultivation of paddy in small blocks of land for domestic consumption in countries like Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. Cultivation of paddy on a commercial basis in countries like India, Japan, USA, and China. Paddy is mostly a labor-intensive crop in Asian countries, while machinery is largely used in countries outside Asia. Using machinery has become one of a recent trend in Asia as well. More attention is paid on using organic fertilizer at present. Even Sri Lanka is one of an example for the countries use organic fertilizer. Introduction of seeds that produces a short-term yield with resistant to various types of diseases using gene technology. Production of rice that contains specific qualities. Production of golden rice is one of an example for the rice which contains specific qualities. It is full of various vitamins and minerals. Using new techniques for manufacturing and packing rice related products. For an example, rice flour and biscuits. Dear children, let's look at wheat cultivation. Wheat has acquired a unique place among all the other grains produced and consumed in the world in a large scale. Wheat is consumed as a main food by the majority of world population. Let's see what are the major wheat growing regions. According to this map, China, India, Russia, United States of America, France, Canada, Pakistan, Australia, Argentina and Turkey are some of the major wheat producing countries in the world. Dear children, look at this chart. It shows the amount of wheat production of countries engaged in wheat cultivation. According to this graph, the major wheat producing countries are China, India and Russia. Let's see what are the favorable physical factors needed for wheat cultivation. Rainfall between 200 to 500 millimeters. Cool wet climate during the period of plant growth. Flat lands with proper drainage and Chernozem soil are the favorable physical factors. Let's see what are the special characteristics of wheat cultivation. Although a lesser yield is obtained per land unit, the per capita yield is increased due to low population in wheat growing regions. Wheat cultivation is done as monoculture and they were grown in extensive lands. Use of advanced technological methods to increase production. For an example, use of gene technology and use of soil conservation methods. Prevalence of an extensive market throughout the world for wheat. Automation of wheat cultivation on a large scale when compared to paddy cultivation. Use of different types of wheat with a high yield. For an example, the variety of wheat called Norin 10. Consumption of wheat as a food processed using different methods. Now we are moving towards plantation agriculture. Well-organized, export-oriented crop cultivation with a good management using skilled labor on large estates is called plantation agriculture. Tea, rubber, sugarcane, cotton, coffee, and coconut are the most significant crops grown under plantation agriculture. Let's go through the special characteristics of plantation agriculture. Expansion of plantation on very large estates and its operation on a commercial basis. Use of both local and foreign labor. Use of skilled labor with proper management. Presence of industrial features, although it is a system of agriculture. Being export crops which earn foreign exchange. For an example, Sri Lanka also exports tea, rubber and coconut as main export crops. In many countries, plantation agriculture was initiated by foreigners. Let's look at several plantation crops. First, tea cultivation. Tea is discovered by Chinese and it can be introduced as a commonly consumed beverage in almost all the countries in the world at present. The Asian region occupies a prominent place. Unity of tea cultivated countries. International tea market. Attention is paid on quality of tea. The map shows the distribution of tea cultivation in the world. The prominent countries are China, India, Kenya, Sri Lanka and Turkey. Dear children, let's see what are the favorable factors for tea cultivation. Temperature between 15 to 27 Celsius. Annual rainfall around 1900 millimeters to 5460 millimeters. Loam and laterite soil. Areas with gentle slopes and as a human factor, skilled labor is also an important factor in tea cultivation. Let's see what are the special characteristics of tea cultivation. A crop that gives an extending harvest over a long period of time. Expansion of tea plantation as small and large estates. Prevalence of proper management and a regular labor organization. Use of various techniques to increase the yield. popularity of the vegetatively propagated tea than the tea that is planted from seeds. Presentation of tea to the market with various flavors and attractive packing. The various flavors and attractive packing, there are different tea productions: tea powder, tea leaves, instant tea, tea cubes, flavored tea like coffee, coffee tea, green tea, cinnamon tea. Rubber cultivation. Rubber, which had been a jungle crop in Brazil. The demand for rubber increased gradually with the development of the automobile industry in Europe around 1890s. By the 20th century, rubber was only second to tea. The map shows the distribution of rubber cultivation in the world. Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, India, Vietnam and Sri Lanka are some of the prominent countries in rubber cultivation. Let's see what are the favorable physical factors for rubber cultivation. Temperature about 27 Celsius, rainfall about 2000 millimeters, laterite or karbon mixed red soil are the favorable physical factors for rubber cultivation. Let's see what are the special features of rubber cultivation. Distribution in large estates, a labor-intensive cultivation, use of modern technology, increase in demand for rubber as a raw material, focus on the production of finished products locally by rubber. Exporting countries while exporting rubber as a raw material. Makes a large contribution to the economy of developing countries where rubber is grown. Natural rubber has faced issues in the market due to the competition from synthetic rubber. Dear children, let's move towards livestock farming. Livestock farming is regarded as the most ancient form of land use which is important to obtain the requirements of food and which beverages as well as to obtain raw materials for industries. It has become a well-organized and systematic farming method in many countries. Livestock farming includes mainly in the rearing of cattle, sheep, goats, pigs and poultry. Here we are going to focus only on commercial dairy farming. There are a number of dairy products such as liquid milk, various processed products, eggs, cheese, butter and various other products. Dairy farming is mostly distributed in the areas located in the temperate zone of the world. The marginal lands with cool climate which cannot be used for other types of cultivation, are often used for dairy farming. Factors such as the availability of grasslands, water, skilled labor, large market and the presence of modern technology have contributed to the development of dairy farming. India, Brazil, China, Australia, New Zealand, Mexico, Russia, Pakistan, Argentina, Denmark, United States of America are some of the prominent countries in commercial dairy farming. Special characteristics of dairy farming are the developed countries have acquired prominence in every aspect of commercial dairy farming. Developed countries have control over the milk-related products. Using improved techniques to obtain milk for transportation and storage of milk as well as to obtain an increased quantity of milk. Expansion of the market for liquid milk and milk-related products. Increase in the consumption of milk products such as cheese, butter and yogurt. Dear children, we have discussed several subtopics under major types of agricultural land utilization in the world. We have discussed about paddy cultivation, wheat cultivation, and several plantation agricultural methods as well as livestock farming. Thank you very much and have a nice day.